Rain forced postponements of the majority of tonight's sectional championship games in boys high school baseball, but one sectional title contest that has been taking place this evening is at Loeb Stadium in Lafayette, where Lafayette Jeff has been going up against Kokomo, and the Broncos, oh, they were ready. They had their good luck haircuts, but Kokomo had their ace in the mound. Nolan Sandberg with a pair of K's right here. Sandberg will be playing college baseball at Arkansas. The Broncos, though, would break through in the top half of the fourth inning when Tanner Hyatt singles home Carlos Campos. It is 1-0 Broncos, but Kokomo put a big crooked number on the board in their half of the fourth. Devin Schott singles home Casey Shipley and Nolan Sandberg. The Wildcats would take the lead, and then the Broncos, unfortunately for them, would have some problems in the field. Another run scores on this error right here, and Kokomo would go on to win this one by a final of 6-1. The Cats move on to regional competition. Let's show you how the Broncos advanced to tonight's game. They had a very good semifinal game. John Ripke on the mound for the Broncos against Harrison. He had it going, 6 2/3 innings pitched. He allowed just one hit. Broncos get on the board. RBI single to left. Tyler Robbins would score. The Broncos lead 1-0, and then Jeff would be, well, they would add on to that in the third inning. As Tanner Hyatt, you saw him with a highlight in the late game. Here he hustles out a single as he beats the throw, and the Broncos cruise in their semifinal game over Harrison by a final of 5-0. Now, Kokomo earlier in the day faced Jake Burton's McCutchen Mavericks in a semifinal matchup. Top of the third, Kokomo's Dylan Green doubles. That scores Austin Ray. Wildcats had a big third inning, and this is part of it. They took a 5-3 lead in that third inning again. It is Nicholas Franklin at bat for the Wildcats, and he has a base hit right here, and that plates Dylan Green. 6-3 Kokomo. Wildcats scored 6 runs in that inning, and that did end the Mavericks 11-5. As we mentioned, the Broncos and the Wildcats played in the sectional championship game in which Kokomo prevailed. All right, over to Central Catholic for their sectional. Morning matchup between the host Knights and Rossville. Hornets in trouble early. Chaz Bobillo with the deep drive to left. It is off the dog and sud sign. Reed Drysdale scores. The Knights lead early on 2-0. More from Central Catholic. Austin Munn hits this blooper to left center field. Great effort by the Hornets, but Munn, he trades places with Bobillo, and that would be enough run support. The Knights advance to the sectional title game. More on that game in a moment with a 10-0 victory. Second game at Central Catholic had Frontier going up against Tri-Central. Travis Demerly on the mound for the Falcons, and right here, Demerly records the strikeout. Nicely done. Bottom of the third. Frontier offense getting to work. A base hit by the Falcons' Dylan Starrett, and that drives in Grant Ream. And the Falcons had been trailing, but not anymore because this would tie the game at 2. And then later in the same inning, it is the Falcons' Jean-Marc Ream with the base hit to right. That scores Dylan Starrett, giving Frontier the lead for good. Falcons go on to win it by a final of 11-3. Their sectional title game has been moved back to tomorrow night. Very important, it starts at 7 p.m. Once again, 7 p.m. between the Falcons and the Knights. Sectional championship action at Twin Lakes. We pick up the action in the 6th inning. It's Western against Frankfort, and the Panthers' Matt Rita with the liner to second right through the wickets in the right field. Bryson Platt scores, and Western is in front. More insurance later in the inning. Drew Brantley with the base hit down the line. Blake Weir comes on home. All Western late in this one as Western wins the sectional championship by a final of 13-4 over the Frankfort Hot Dogs. Other sectional baseball scores to pass along. Crawfordsville eliminated Southmont 12-2 at the Class 3A Lebanon sectional. At the Class 2A Carroll sectional, Fountain Central down the host Cougars 13-0. Delphi defeated Clinton Central 3-1. The sectional title game between the Mustangs and the Oracles will take place Tuesday night at 6 p.m. at Carroll. At the Class A Riverton Park sectional, Covington edged the host school in 8 innings by a final of 7-6.